Hey guys, quick disclaimer. The Nosy Hens podcast talks about content that is not suitable for children and might bring you some discomfort too. This includes violence and abuse of all kinds, strong language, and graphic descriptions. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the Nosy Hens podcast. You going old school. Oh my gosh. Hey y'all, welcome to the chicken coop.
Welcome to the chicken soup. You are listening to the Nosy Hens podcast. If you didn't hear in the beginning, when we were amping you up to get your feathers out your seat and shake that beak. Flap it, girl. Flap it, girl. Flap it like it got hot sauce on it. Not flap it like it got hot sauce on it.
Yo, who?
Like it got hot sauce on it.
What got hot sauce on
Them wings that I'm gonna eat later on today. Okay.
What's up, y'all? I'm one of your favorite nosy hens. You can call me Jazz.
I'm the other favorite nosy hen. I'm A-Rain. Keep it that way, or you'll lose a toenail. Ooh, just playing, guys. I kid.
Do you kid? Let me tell you something. My toes is hurting now. Just since you said that.
I kid.
Okay, well, guess what we're talking about today?
What?
True crime.
Oh my God! I thought you were gonna say birds.
Well, I can talk about birds.
Well, no, because those are scary, even though we're hens.
Guys, she has a phobia of birds, and I have a parakeet that loves her.
Let me tell you something.
I don't understand.
Let me tell you something. Birds are they are rats with wings on
No, they
sides.
are not.
They are.
That is very rude, and I am offended.
And they bite.
They do. Well, yeah.
Oh, she was about to lie for that bird.
I was about to.
She was about to.
Can't do it.
She was about to lie for him and keep him out of bird prison. But they bite and they scratch.
They don't scratch, nah. My baby don't scratch.
And their poops are little, like
my baby's poops are like little pellets. So it's not wet. You can just flick it off.
First off, let me tell you something.
I ain't flicking nothing.
For all these birds that's flying around, you poop on me. That's gonna be the end of you, okay? That's gonna be the end of you.
Your baby poop on you?
It was almost the end of her too. Not away, but I mean it was pretty bad. It was pretty traumatic.
Well, speaking of trauma, we've got a good story for you today. I'm talking to you guys about a man named Todd Roche. Ooh. This is a very unfortunate and weird story. So let's just get right into it. Now, Todd Roche was a 37-year-old man living in Burbank, California, with his 32-year-old girlfriend, Barbara Rondo. And they were pretty much in a common law marriage because they had been together for like 16 years.
He wasn't going to marry her. She was a forever girlfriend.
Baby,
that's messed up.
Well,
I mean, if that's his choice, if that's their choice.
If she liked it, we loved it.
All right.
Okay? Now, they had met in Rhode Island and then moved to California in 1988. The two were a nice couple, and they loved each other, and they also shared an interest in Harley Davidson motorcycles. And also, Tom, he was an expert in metal plating. And so, in September of 1991, he accepted a management position with a company that plated parts for planes. So, he was about to start racking in the dough.
So was it like a Boeing or something?
It didn't say. It just said plating parts for aircraft. So I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Some big planes.
Yes.
All right. And he was set to start work on Monday, September the 16th. Now, on Friday, September the 13th. And where was this story when we had our season premiere? But on Friday, September the 13th, he drops off Barbara for work. And then they made plans to meet for lunch later that day because, he didn't have anything to do. He was starting work on Monday. So Tom does not show up for lunch. Okay. Barbara's like, okay. Well, she gets home from work and she finds that their front door is unlocked. Tom had planned to stay in all that day and just chill. He was going to read his newspaper. He was going to work on a Harley Davidson battery. And then, they were going to have their evening. Mm-hmm. But Barbara goes in the house and she finds the newspaper had been unopened and the battery was still on the kitchen counter. So nothing had been touched. Where the heck was Tom?
Right.
Now, naturally, she was worried, but she decided to just wait for him to show up because it wasn't like he had been gone a full 24 hours or anything like that. But it was weird that he didn't show up for lunch and also that he wasn't home. But she was thinking maybe he went out with some friends or something like that, so I'm going to just give him some time and then he'll come back. Tom does not show up overnight. So she goes the whole night not hearing from Tom. And, of course, the next day she reports him missing with the police. Mm-hmm. And they begin an investigation. Mm-hmm. Now, soon after, they learned that Tom had made 2 cash deposits. Mm-hmm. Okay? 2 cash deposits that morning at around 8:20 in the a.m. That morning that, he had not
dropped her off.
No. The morning after, he had not come home.
What?
Yes. He makes 2 cash deposits the very next day.
Okay.
No.
Keep going, because my mind is swimming
okay.
with thoughts and questions.
Right.
Was somebody watching him? Did he fake his death?
Ooh.
Was he planning something?
Ooh.
Huh?
You're a little suspicious. You're suspicious. Let's keep going. So, the fact that no money was withdrawn led the police to believe that Tom didn't have any plans to leave.
Right.
He didn't have any plans to leave or do anything like that. Now, when they were questioning witnesses, a neighbor said that they saw Tom speaking with an unidentified male at about 9:30 the day before. Mm-hmm. And they also saw him looking into the bed of the unidentified man's pickup truck. So they were probably just discussing some kind of business. That's what the neighbor assumed because they didn't look like they were arguing. No animosity or anything like that. He was just looking into the bed and they were chatting. Now, this only leaves the police with more questions. Now, 6 days later, on September the 19th, Barbara still has not heard anything from Tom. The police are not any closer to figuring out what's going on.
And there was no more activity at
the bank? There was no more bank activity. Stopped. But Barbara receives a letter. It's a very important letter. And it reads, now I'm not going to do my scary voice because this is a long letter.
Not trying to get us out here in the streets.
Exactly. Because I'm already feeling a little hoarse from screaming, it's the Nosy Hens podcast.
Hey, okay.
I was too much into it.
Look, I was trying to preserve my vocab.
Well, yes, yeah. You were smart. Meanwhile, me. All right, so the letter reads, to the family of Todd Roche, I am suffering a great deal of guilt right now about what I have done. and I feel it is necessary to write about it for my sake and yours. You don't know me and hopefully never will, but I am the one who killed Tom Roche.
What? You don't know me and never will.
Hopefully never will.
Hopefully never.
But I'm
But
the
you
one.
telling on yourself. First off, don't you know that those letters can sometimes help you get found? You dummy.
Niggas be... I'm sorry. But
No,
but
ain't
they
no
be...
sorry.
They be...
You're just stupid.
Yeah.
You wrote a letter?
He wanted the attention.
That's what it sounds like.
And that's
Mr.
what
Pickup
they be
Truck
wanting.
Man, because I'm assuming it's him. It has to be the Pickup Truck Man. Because
sure.
how is there just a random man that no one's ever seen before?
Oh,
except the neighbors.
Sure. Right.
And then all of a sudden, after the interaction with Mr. Tom,
yes,
then here you go
sending letters.
Use your pickup to go haul some trash. People need that.
Do something productive with your life.
Yes, I got a couple appliances at my house. Nah, because you kill people. I don't want you coming to my house. Goodbye.
No.
Because I'm fighting back. I'm fighting for my life.
Oh my gosh. So, continuing on with the letter, but I'm the one who killed Tom Roche. Excuse me, y'all. I cannot and will not go to jail. I can never handle it because I'm a little biatch. Okay. He didn't say that part.
Yes.
He didn't say that part. That was me. But he did say he could never handle it.
Because he is a little biatch.
He is.
How could you do something?
I'm a little bit. I can't be in jail, but I could take a life though.
That's what I don't. How you got the balls? Let me tell you something. I can't see a mouse in a mousetrap. That freaks me out. Okay. Nor will I touch a mouse on a mousetrap.
Nothing dead. If it's a bug in my house, I kill it and have my roommate pick up the corpse. I can't.
I can't do that. So you can handle taking the life of someone, but you can't handle going to jail. I didn't even take the mouse's life.
Girl.
He took his own by being stupid, climbing up into that mousetrap.
Yeah.
No one told him to be hungry.
Why are you the way that you are? Oh my gosh. Sorry guys for your ears.
I'm sorry.
But okay, I cannot and will not go to jail.
Yeah.
I could never handle it.
Oh.
I almost lost my mind. Never again. So he's already been in jail before.
Well, go back so you can finish losing your mind and just end it all, sir. Help us help you.
Sir.
Help us help you get you back to where you need to be so it could just all be over.
I know.
It could all just be over. You won't have to worry about
Well, that would be too much like right. That would be too much like right. So, never again. Now, he goes on to say, I love being in Vietnam. In fact, those were the happiest days of my life. I felt such a rush whenever I had a confirmed kill that it was hard to switch it off when I came back to the States. For 18 long years, I have held this in check, despite the nightmares and fantasies about killing. This Jeffrey Bemer thing really got to me, and I wondered if I could do it. Now, pause.
Yes, because I was going to say, who's Jeffrey Bemer?
Exactly. Jeffrey Dahmer had recently been arrested, so it's assumed that he was speaking about him, but just didn't know his real name, or he didn't pronounce his name right. That's what it's assumed. Because don't nobody know no Jeffrey Bemer.
Right. But Jeffrey Dahmer
was
doing some things. So that's one thing. When a lot of these soldiers come back from wars such as that one,
yeah,
and they don't seek help, their they do things like this.
Yes.
To either harm themselves or others.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I've heard that a lot of people come back wanting to kill after the Vietnam because that's all they did.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And some couldn't handle it. This man had a whole rush, and he's well, first off, you just gave another clue about who you were.
For real.
So, thanks for that. So,
right?
Easy catchings, sir. We appreciate your service, not for the service that you gave in the Vietnam, but for the service that you offered to help you get caught. I appreciate it. I hope you got caught. Am I jumping too far? I don't even know.
You are jumping too far ahead. But I love when you do that. You just shout out the theories, and sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're dead wrong.
So hard.
But let's just keep it going. I ain't gonna tell you if you're right or wrong here. So he said, this Jeffrey Bimmer thing has really got me to think, really got to me, and I wondered if I could do it. I figured LA would be the best place for what I had in mind.
Oh my God.
I did not want just a random thing, because you can get caught that way. So I set up a plan. I met Tom in a strip joint in the valley and got to talking. He fell for it, and we arranged to meet on Friday the 13th. I must assure you that it was neat and quick. I do not think he suffered at all. I am very sorry for what I have done, and I know in time that the guilt will leave me. So will your pain.
What a psychopath! Someone get him security! This man needs to be put to sleep.
The gall, the unmitigated gall and I know the guilt will leave me. So will your pain. You'll get over it. You'll get over it.
The gall, the liver, the spleen, all of it.
Girl, the whole body.
He died quickly? That doesn't... Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what he said. People that's supposed to bring you some solace.
People are sick.
They are. Now, the letter had come with some of Tom's personal belongings.
Yeah, of course.
There was an earring he was wearing the day he was taken. And then he also put in his driver's license with the letter. So the writer had to have been telling the truth. We know that. Now, Barbara didn't know anybody who wanted to hurt Tom. So the police were still stumped. They continued on with the investigation. And an employee at a motorcycle parts store said that they saw Tom come in the day after he went missing. Yeah.
What?
And him and Tom, they were friendly. So he knew it was Tom. And he said that Tom had been acting strangely. Like, normally they would joke around with each other and stuff like that. But Tom was just serious and seemed disturbed.
So this was part of the plan. He was going to get Tom, keep him for the day, then make him go out to the places that he normally would go to make it seem like he probably just ran away and didn't want to be with...
Yeah, maybe.
With Rhonda.
Barbara Rondo. That's why you said Rhonda.
Look, I'm like, Rhonda. But so to make it seem like he left Barb.
Yeah.
And Barb would be like, but I'm so Confucius. I don't understand why he would just pop up and do bank transactions and still go get a battery. Who would want to hurt Tom Omega?
I mean, but my thing is, why would he have him make deposits, though? That's what I don't understand.
It seems like he was making him, like, still do, like, things that he would probably do.
Yeah.
Just to make it look normal, or so that it would throw the police off.
But 2 deposits? Like, who does 2 deposits?
No one does 2
in
deposits.
a normal day.
Right.
So that's not really normal.
Right. But...
Or maybe he had him do 2 deposits in different banks.
Right.
And then that was like, so the police don't know where
we are.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or Tom probably needed to go. Well, no, because he was captured.
Well, I don't know if he was captured. We don't know if he was captured because he fell for it. The man said he fell for it. So maybe he thought that they were hanging out.
Right. So what was the meaning of this plan, Mr. Writer?
For him to get his rocks off killing somebody. For him to get his rocks off killing somebody. Now get this though. 4 months go by and the police are none the closer to finding Tom.
Of course, because this is fucking weird.
I mean, but dang, but you can't I'm assuming that they did dust the letter for prints and did what they could do, and maybe the killer was using gloves and stuff like that, and
like the man in the Watcher.
I mean, right. Which I never finished that show.
Oh, it's really good. I mean, it still is like a cliffhanger, but oh no, it's not a cliffhanger.
I ain't gonna spoil it because I'll talk to you offline about it because I want to know what happened, because some people are saying that what happened pissed them off.
Yeah, it did.
And it's nothing like the actual Watcher true crime story.
Yeah.
So let me talk to you.
They did veer off. Yeah.
Okay, let me talk to you about that offline. No spoiler. We don't spoil things around here, people. What do you think this is? Okay, so 4 months go by. Police are none the closer to finding Tom. On January 11th, 1992, the police were called to a scene of bone fragments found 500 miles north of Burbank in Placer County, California.
What?
500 miles away.
That's a whole girl.
That's almost a whole state.
Okay. And why is California so dang on big?
It's huge.
God, I'm in Texas.
Huge, as the Texans would say.
Huge.
It is. It really is. Now, some personal items were also found at the site, including a duffel bag that contained a flashlight, a hunting knife, an empty bottle of medicine, some prescription eyeglasses, only one boot, and a bunch of shirts. Just random stuff.
That is random.
They were able to DNA test the bones, and this positively identified Tom Roche. From the looks of things, he was killed by a single gunshot wound.
That's what it was sounding like when he said bone fragments. No.
Yeah. And then also, the killer said it was quick and neat. So, it wasn't like he sawed him or anything like that. But still, this is...
He took this, he kidnapped him, even though...
Yeah.
It was...
He lured him.
Like,
He lured him, and he literally drove him to his death.
First off, I'm a friendly person.
Yeah.
But if I don't know you, I ain't going nowhere with you.
Right.
Don't invite me to your house after knowing you for 30 minutes.
This was the 80s, 90s, or people were still... And can you believe that 90 was like 92? That was 30 years. 30 years ago. 31. 31 years ago, bro. I am so old.
We're not old. We're seasoned. We're the new season. I like it. I do.
Okay.
30 is the new 20. 20 is the new teenager.
Is it?
Being a teenager and then going into your 20s is like being a teenager all over again. That's what it seems
well,
like.
you know what? Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. So 30s are the new. So we're about to go into our 30s. I love it. I love it here. I do.
Do you? Because let me tell you something.
Yeah, I don't like the backaches and the knee pain. But
right. And I gotta exercise. Girl.
Sorry, tangent.
Correct.
Squirrel.
Now, The writer of the letter was never traced.
Of course.
And the person responsible for the death of Tom Roche was never apprehended. Barbara Rondo lived until 2010, and she passed away at the age of 49, never knowing.
Are you serious?
Never knowing what happened to her.
It was the guy in the truck. Neighbor, where are you?
Right.
Why couldn't you identify? Didn't they still use the artist people, the sketch people? You could have brought somebody in.
Right. Why? And then on top of that, was brown pickup trucks, was brown a common color for a pickup truck? Like,
yeah, like that gold and that brown ugly tan.
it was?
Yeah.
Well,
or
shoot.
the wood panel. Remember the wood panel Jeep Cherokees back in the day?
I liked those.
I did not. Looks like a tree on wheels.
I would drive a wood panel something today.
I would not. I would definitely go get a paint job. But
Ice cream paint job. Paint job.
But it was the pickup truck guy. Wasn't it? It had to have been, because
of course it was. Of course it was.
How did all of a sudden he just stopped by and him and Tom is talking about stuff?
Of course it was, but if you look out and see somebody having a friendly conversation, you're not going to think, well, let me make sure I remember what this guy looks like.
I know, I'm remembering. Do you understand me? Because I'm nosy. I peek out of my window and I watch.
You're a watcher.
Yes, I am. Matter of factually, we're about to put cameras on our home.
I know that's
because, I'm bringing this in close.
Uh-oh.
To the people that broke into my car last weekend, count your days. Count your days, motherfudgers. Count those Diazes. Count them. Because you gonna get it. Yes, you are, you little mother flood pucker. And it ain't gonna be pretty. It won't. And it won't be clean and neat, as the writer person said about Tom. Because we like to saw. Yes, like the movie. Count your days.
Ooh, they scared. They is scared.
I'm remembering everybody that come around the neighborhood. I'm remembering your hairstyle. I'm remembering the clothes you wore.
I mean, but to be honest, like, you really should these days. Just be that observant.
Yes.
Because you never know. Anybody at any time could be committing a crime. That's just true. The way it is.
That is true. I don't like to work hard for the things that I get and then someone is like, it's gotta be my germs now. Why don't you go do it? Because do you think I want to get up and go work? No, I don't. I don't want to go do that stuff and go work hard and get the stuff that I want.
But guess what?
I want it to just magically appear and be magically delicious.
Exactly.
But your bum ass want to go out and steal stuff and kill people like Tom that wasn't doing nothing but trying to put a dang on better in his motorcycle and read the classifieds of the comics.
Yeah.
Whatever is in the newspapers.
Yes.
Because I don't read those.
And he was going to start a new job on Monday. He was going to, you don't know, he had a good life ahead of him.
Yeah. And him and Barb was going to spend the rest of their days as single people, not married, just common law.
I wasn't going to say that, but... I wasn't going to say that, but yeah.
I did it for you.
In love, okay?
It was the pickup truck guy. Air punch to the police, and to the pickup truck guy, and to the neighbor that did not remember the face. Because I'm watching. I want to see what you're talking about.
Right. She should have been, whoever the neighbor was, should have been reading lips. Okay?
She's not a nosy hen.
No. Well, not a lot of people are fortunate enough to be nosy like us. It works.
I guess.
It works in our favor. Everybody should be nosy. No, I take that back. Not everybody should be nosy. Some
everybody
people,
should have a hint of nosy in their.
They should be
curiosity.
observant.
Yes.
Like we say all the time, keep your head on a swivel.
Yes.
And note things. Sometimes I drill myself and pretend like somebody did something, and I'm like, okay, now how fast can I get their license plate? And make sure that I.
Yep.
Guys, I'm not stalking people, okay?
That's not stalking. That's just being aware.
You know what? And sometimes I am scared that if I do something bad to somebody on the road, like if I don't cut people off on purpose, but if I accidentally cut somebody off, I'd be scared that they taking down my license plate and then trying to stalk me from that.
Well, some people are weird and probably.
I know one time this guy did do that, but he was just doing it to scare me because nothing ever came of it. But I saw him writing down my darn license plate.
Public service announcement. If y'all doing stuff like that, and then let me tell you something.
Actually, hold on. I need to confess something. We're at the end of the story, so I'm just filling time. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep this thing going.
Let's just keep this thing going. Hey, PSA. Do you know we talk a lot about true crime and the mystery behind these crimes and these murders and these bad things. Hey, did you know that if you follow someone home, thinking that you're about to be a vigilante or scare someone shitless, that they could be luring you into a trap?
Right.
Did you ever think about that, you psycho? Huh?
Right.
Did you ever think about that? You were thinking that you're going to scare someone, and then they're like,
no, I'm going to turn around and kill you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, look, this is all according to plan. Come on in this house, I can chop you up. And it's plastic-filled basement.
Come on in the room.
Okay? Matter of fact, argue with me, and I'm going to move on back to my garage where my tools are. Ooh. And when you come back there, 1, 2, bam!
Ooh.
You got to think, y'all. Don't be trying to follow people home. You run right into your death.
Right. But there are a lot of people who don't care about life anymore.
They
don't care about life anymore, so they are okay with going out fighting.
Yeah, no. I am a lover, not a fighter. But I will get you. Okay, don't think.
I will cut.
Don't think for a second, okay, that you won't get hurt.
Wait.
Because what I say earlier, I'm fighting for my life.
Girl.
I'm sorry.
All up in my ear.
I'm sorry, I was fighting for my life.
But that was a senseless.
Yeah, it was.
It was absolutely senseless. He just did that because he just wanted to do it. And we don't know if he went on to be one of the world's most prolific serial killers.
That is so true. I was going to say.
He got away with one. He got away with one.
So there are probably other murders that they probably didn't even think were serial killer tracks.
Right.
Where is the BAU when you need them? Criminal Minds. Find all of those characters and get them to do this case.
Because seriously, but they can't even open it up. They need to reopen it. I know y'all got some DNA, some something.
And then match that up to some other mysterious deaths that happened.
Right, exactly.
Parks are filled with dead bodies. Mm-hmm. Some of them fell and were never found. Some of them were actually taken out there and just put out there because they knew that they would never be found.
That's sad.
So y'all get it together out there in the California,
okay?
Because Tom needs his justice.
And Barbara never got to see that. That's sad.
She never got to see her justice for her man.
I hope that when he dropped her off for work, they kissed and told each other that they love each other.
I hope so too.
I really do.
Well, they probably did. They were supposed to meet for lunch.
Yeah.
So
I
was
hope
like,
so.
oh, I love you. I'll see you at lunch, baby.
I hope so. I do. I really do. And I also hope that Tom's killer either died shortly after that, or that Tom haunted him for a very long time after that, and he died of sleep deprivation.
Yeah, okay. That's
Conflabbit.
Spell it.
CONFLABBIT. And that's how I spell it, because I've been saying this for a few years now, conflabbit, instead of GD.
All right. We learned a new word today.
Conflabbit. The opposite, no. The same, no. A synonym for GD.
Yes.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. This was a short episode, but I hope that you enjoyed the story.
Yes, I did too.
Good.
I did. And hey, guys.
What?
We got an email address and some socials.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Our email address is...
It's at the Nosy Hens Podcast at gmail.com. And then the socials are at the Nosy Hens.
At the Nosy Hens Podcast.
Yeah,
at the Nosy Hens Podcast.
Yeah.
Make sure you have the podcast on there. Also, it's all one word, no underscores, anything like that, because especially when you look for us on the podcast apps, streaming apps, because some people were having trouble finding us.
Yeah, so make sure you include the podcast.
Make it all one word.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, if y'all have any theories of what happened to Tom and that truck driver that killed him, let us know.
Let us know.
So we can all have a good old conversation about it.
Conversation.
Because let me tell you something.
What?
That truck driver did it.
Tell me. We know.
Okay.
He did it. And I hope that he suffered for the rest of his life.
Me as well. I hope a deer came out and mollywopped his ass in the back of the head.
Ooh, yeah. With that hoof.
That's all you would hear. I don't even know what sound deer make, but I know not to walk up on one.
Okay. Or maybe he got into it with some geeses and they pecked him to death.
That sounds very painful because those things are really scary.
Exactly. Yes. And they ain't scared of nobody.
They ain't. They ruthless out of here in these bird streets.
Okay? All right, y'all. So that's going to do it for this week. We'll see you next week with another good story.
Yes, sir.
Holla.
Bye.